Ancient Egypt, 3,000 years of power, massive pyramids, powerful pharaohs, advanced civilization. How did they do it? And why did it all collapse? In the next 15 minutes, you'll discover the complete story of one of history's greatest empires. Let's dive in. Our story begins along the Nile River, around 3100 BC. This wasn't just any river. Every year, the Nile flooded, bringing rich black soil that made farming possible in the middle of a desert. The Egyptians called their land Kemet, the Black Land, because of this fertile soil. While other civilizations struggled for food, Egypt had abundance. This created surplus. Surplus created time, and time created civilization. Farmers could feed workers who didn't farm. These workers built monuments, created art, and developed one of the world's first writing systems, hieroglyphics. Around 3100 BC, a king named Menes united Upper and Lower Egypt. Upper Egypt was the south, along the Upper Nile. Lower Egypt was the north, in the Nile Delta. For the first time, one ruler controlled the entire Nile Valley. The age of the pharaohs had begun. The pharaoh wasn't just a king. He was considered a living god, the son of Ra, the sun god. This divine status gave him absolute power. When the pharaoh spoke, it was the word of a god. This belief would hold Egypt together for 3 millennia. The Old Kingdom, from 2686 to 2181 BC, was Egypt's first golden age. The capital was Memphis, strategically located where Upper and Lower Egypt met. The pharaohs had one obsession: immortality. Early pharaohs were buried in mastabas, flat-roofed rectangular tombs. But Pharaoh Djoser wanted something grander. His architect, Imhotep, stacked 6 mastabas on top of each other, creating the Step Pyramid at Saqqara around 2630 BC. It was the world's first large stone structure, but the ultimate achievement came later. Pharaoh Khufu decided to build the greatest tomb ever conceived, the Great Pyramid of Giza. Construction began around 2580 BC. It took 20 years and tens of thousands of workers. Contrary to popular belief, these weren't slaves. They were paid laborers, many of them farmers working during the flood season when they couldn't farm. When completed around 2560 BC, the Great Pyramid stood 481 feet tall. It contained over 2 million stone blocks, each weighing 2 to 80 tons. It was the tallest structure on Earth, and it held that record for 3,800 years. Even today, engineers debate exactly how the Egyptians built it. But pyramids weren't just tombs. They were statements of power. They told the world, Egypt is eternal. Our pharaohs are gods. Our civilization will last forever. The Sphinx, built around the same time, guarded these monuments. Half lion, half human, it represented the pharaoh's divine power and wisdom. Its face likely depicts Pharaoh Khafra, Khufu's son. During this period, Egypt wasn't isolated. They traded extensively. They imported gold from Nubia to the south. Cedar wood came from Lebanon. Incense and exotic goods arrived from the mysterious land of Punt, probably modern-day Somalia or Yemen. Wealth poured into Egypt. The pharaohs controlled everything. the land, the resources, the people. A massive bureaucracy of scribes recorded every transaction. Taxes were collected in grain. The state redistributed food to workers. It was one of history's first centralized economies. But around 2200 BC, disaster struck. Climate change caused severe droughts across the eastern Mediterranean. The Nile's annual floods weakened. Crops failed. Famine spread across Egypt. The central government, which had seemed eternal, couldn't cope. Local governors seized power. The Old Kingdom collapsed. Egypt entered its first dark age, a period historians call the First Intermediate Period. For 150 years, Egypt was divided. Local rulers, called nomarchs, fought each other for control. The unity that had defined Egypt for 500 years was gone. It was a time of chaos and uncertainty. Then, around 2055 BC, a powerful ruler from Thebes named Mentuhotep II conquered his rivals and reunited Egypt. The Middle Kingdom had begun. Thebes, in southern Egypt, became the new power center. The Middle Kingdom pharaohs learned from the Old Kingdom's collapse. They couldn't just build monuments and expect loyalty. They needed to ensure stability and prosperity for their people. They launched massive irrigation and land reclamation projects to control the Nile's waters more effectively. They built canals and reservoirs. They created strategic grain reserves for bad years. Egypt became more resilient, better prepared for drought and famine. This was Egypt's classical age, its cultural golden period. Literature flourished. The tale of Sinuhe, one of ancient Egypt's greatest literary works, was written during this time. Art became more naturalistic, less rigid than in the Old Kingdom. The concept of Ma'at, representing cosmic order, justice, and truth, became central to Egyptian philosophy and governance. The Middle Kingdom pharaohs also expanded Egypt's borders. They pushed south into Nubia, building a chain of massive mud brick fortresses along the Nile. These fortresses controlled trade routes, and more importantly, Nubia's rich gold mines. Gold was Egypt's primary source of wealth and international power. Trade expanded in all directions. Egyptian merchants reached Crete and the Aegean. Diplomatic relations were established with kingdoms across the Near East. Egypt was prosperous and respected, but around 1650 BC, Egypt faced a new threat. Foreign invaders called the Hyksos, meaning rulers of foreign lands, swept in from the east, from Canaan and Syria. They had military technology Egypt had never encountered: horse-drawn chariots, composite bows, and advanced bronze weapons. The Hyksos conquered Lower Egypt and established their capital at Avaris in the Nile Delta. For the first time in over 1,000 years, foreigners ruled part of Egypt. The Middle Kingdom was over. Egypt entered its second intermediate period. The Hyksos ruled northern Egypt for about a century, but Egyptian princes in Thebes, in the south, never accepted foreign rule. They built their strength, and crucially, they learned from their conquerors. They adopted the chariot, the composite bow, and new military tactics. Around 1550 BC, Pharaoh Ahmose I launched a war of liberation. He drove the Hyksos out of Egypt and pursued them into Canaan. But the Egyptians didn't stop there. They had learned a harsh lesson. Isolation meant vulnerability. The New Kingdom pharaohs adopted a new strategy: conquest. Over the next 2 centuries, Egypt built an empire. They conquered south deep into Nubia, north into Syria, and east into Canaan. At its height, the Egyptian empire stretched from the fourth cataract of the Nile in Sudan to the Euphrates River in Syria. Egypt controlled more territory than ever before. Pharaoh Hatshepsut, one of Egypt's few female rulers, reigned from 1479 to 1458 BC. She focused on trade rather than war, sending a famous expedition to Punt that brought back gold, incense, and exotic animals. She was also one of Egypt's greatest builders. Her mortuary temple at Deir el-Bahari, with its distinctive terraced design, still stands as an architectural masterpiece. Her successor, Thutmose III, was a military genius, called the Napoleon of ancient Egypt. He fought 17 campaigns and expanded the empire to its maximum extent. Then came one of history's strangest pharaohs, Akhenaten, who ruled from 1353 to 1336 BC. He abandoned Egypt's traditional polytheistic religion, which had existed for nearly 2,000 years. He declared that only one god existed, Aten, the sun disk. He closed temples to other gods, moved the capital to a new city called Amarna, and alienated the powerful priesthood. His religious revolution died with him. His son, the famous Tutankhamun, restored the old gods. King Tut died young at just 19 years old, around 1323 BC. His tomb, discovered nearly intact in 1922, gave us our greatest glimpse into ancient Egyptian royal life. The last great pharaoh was Ramesses II, who ruled for 66 years, from 1279 to 1213 BC. He was Egypt's greatest builder since the Pyramid Age. He constructed massive temples at Abu Simbel, added to Karnak and Luxor, and built his own mortuary temple, the Ramesseum. He fought the Hittites at the Battle of Kadesh in 1274 BC, one of history's largest chariot battles. Though tactically inconclusive, Ramesses claimed total victory and signed history's first recorded peace treaty. But after Ramesses II, Egypt began its long decline. Even the mightiest empires cannot last forever. The world was changing. Bronze was giving way to iron. New powers were rising. And Egypt, after 3,000 years of glory, was growing old. The Sea Peoples, mysterious invaders from the Mediterranean, attacked Egypt around 1177 BC. Egypt survived, but barely. The empire was lost. The wealth dried up. Egypt entered its third intermediate period, marked by division and a long series of foreign rulers. The empire fractured, eventually falling to the mighty Persian Empire in 525 BC. It became a province of the Persian Empire. In 332 BC, Alexander the Great conquered Egypt from the Persians. After his death, his general Ptolemy founded a new dynasty. The Ptolemies ruled Egypt for 3 centuries, blending Greek and Egyptian cultures. The famous Library of Alexandria was built during this period. The last pharaoh was Cleopatra VII. She allied with Julius Caesar, then Mark Antony, trying to preserve Egypt's independence against Rome. But in 30 BC, after losing the Battle of Actium, Cleopatra committed suicide. Egypt became a Roman province. 3,000 years of pharaonic civilization had ended, but Egypt's legacy lived on. Egyptian mathematics, medicine, and engineering influenced Greek and Roman science. Egyptian art inspired classical aesthetics. The concept of divine kingship spread across the ancient world, and the mystery of the pyramids still captivates us today. From the first pyramid to the last pharaoh, ancient Egypt's story is one of incredible achievement and inevitable decline. 3 millennia of power, innovation, and mystery condensed into just 15 minutes. If you enjoyed this journey through time, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss our next historical adventure. We're exploring the greatest empires and events that shaped our world. What fascinated you most about ancient Egypt? The pyramids, the pharaohs, or maybe the mysterious collapse? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one. And if you're hungry for more ancient history, check out our video on the Roman Empire right here. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next journey through history.